Good morning. Welcome to our 7 a.m. Pacific time daily prayer and contemplation practice. That's 7 a.m. Pacific time. I've heard from so many people who are in different time zones, some in the afternoon, some even in different days. Some people watch the broadcast in the evening, and I thank all of you for joining. Today's contemplation is for July 6. We're using Dr. Ernest Holmes' book. I've lost mine. Well, there you have it. Oh, here it is, right over here. 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. I keep it close by, even though I am using the Kindle version to read. And then when I've read it, I see what ideas it stimulates, and it's like a variation on a theme for my contemplation. Today's reading for July 6th is quite interesting. Dr. Holmes talks about the Bible in terms of it being a book of promises. And he loved the Jewish and Christian Testament. He grew up with it. He frequently quotes little snippets from it. And if you are a student of the Bible and you know it, you recognize the quotes and references in Dr. Holmes's other works. He doesn't always he doesn't attribute them. So you have to, it's like being a detective, figuring out where did he get that? What is it? Sometimes he mixes it in with poetry, like he's just referring to this vast creative storehouse of knowledge that he has. So as a book of promises, what came to mind when I read it was the 10 Commandments in the Jewish Testament, and how when I was introduced to the commandments, I thought of them as harsh rules, and I responded rejectingly until I was introduced to them as 10 promises, and I'd never thought of that before. And the idea that I learned was that when my heart and my mind is centered on the divine nature, the living Spirit Almighty, above all else and before all things, then the promise is I won't need to steal. I won't need to lie. I won't need to kill. I won't need to. And that is the heart of our practice, that we come together and center ourselves on the divine nature so that it puts us in the right frame of mind to enter the activities of the day. One more piece, isn't it interesting that one of the commandments is, thou shalt not covet? Just let's take that for a moment. Covet means to yearn, to possess, or to have something. It's a strong word. It means to be consumed with desire or to crave. And isn't it interesting that that should be among the commandments? Because wanting or yearning seems a rather, low-level transgression compared with killing and stealing and lying and cheating. And it was introduced to me that the reason why is because covetousness is so tricky. And when indulged in, it leads to the more egregious transgressions. What a thought. A reminder to not be clingy, not to hold on too tightly, not to reach and struggle for that which is mine not to reach and struggle for, but instead to center my mind and my heart on the nature of the Holy One, the living Spirit within, in and through creation, and to let that be my sufficiency. So let us turn within to the words of contemplation. Today, I accept that life, and by life I mean the divine, the Holy One, that life sustains me and accompanies me in all that I do. I experience this awareness as an assurance, like a promise even, as if there is a presence watching over me, but from within me as I move through life. This presence is the living Spirit. It is beautiful, peaceful, and deeply joyful. In me, it is the source of peace and joy and beauty. Not only that, the living Spirit within me is the source of wholeness and health, love and friendship. And as I bring my mind and my heart to the presence, the living Spirit within, everything else is put in its right place in my life. And I realize that all that life is belongs rightfully to us, to all of us. So today I promise myself to live as if the spiritual gifts of life have already been accepted by me. I promise to do my best to live a life of meaning and joy. I agree with myself that I will, to the best of my ability, connect with people and other beings. And I endeavor today to express loving kindness. Today, I began to accept life and the gifts that it brings in a greater way, in a more enthusiastic way, in a more grateful way. Today, life's gifts flow into my life and through my life out into the world as a blessing to all. Today, I accept my good and all is well. And so it is. Thank you so much for joining us today. And out of curiosity, I would love to know how your spiritual journey began. What was your spiritual tradition, your religion of origin, if you had one? How did you make your way to this daily practice? I'd love to hear from you. My email address is easy. It's my name, Edward Fillion, with no space, at csl.org. Or you can leave a note right here in the comments, and I'd love to hear from you. How did you start? What did you leave behind? What did you become? Where are you now? Have a blessed day.